welcome to Confabulation, where on this show, I expand the world of geek by bringing it all together. We're talking about Transformers, comic books, gaming, tech, and more. I am your host, E-Man, and on this week's show, we're going to be talking a little bit about gatekeeping. Are we as collectors and fans, do we gatekeep? Is that a bad thing? Should we or shouldn't we? We're going to talk about that a little bit today. Some nerdy stuff. Tech side, gaming PCs are getting way too expensive. We're going to kind of expand a little bit on that right there later on. And we are about a week away from Free Comic Book Day. We're going to run down some of the comic books that they're going to be giving away next week, May 2nd, for Free Comic Book Day. Are you going? What about you? No, not you. The other one. You got to go. I'm going to try my best to go over to my LCS to pick up some free comic books next week. And I'm going to show you some of the ones that I'm going to probably be picking up. And then last week, I told you guys I was going to do something and I didn't do it. I was watching the show and I said, holy crap, I forgot to do it. So this week, we're going to be ripping open some Mark Spears Monster Winter Horrorland book. See what's in here. Let's see what's in those bags. They need to breathe. Those books need to breathe. And you know what? I was kind of I was looking to see like what are the hitters, what are not the hitters, and what have people gotten, what do people get on eBay, and I didn't really take the time still. So I don't know what's a hitter in here. And then on top of that, I'm going to rip open these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles blind bags as well to see what's in here. We're going to be ripping these up today. And I'm going to be giving away a comic capsule to someone, one of you guys. It could be you. It might not you, the other one. It might be you. Might be giving you a comic capsule today. So stick around because we're going to be doing all of that today and probably a little bit more. So thank you to everyone for showing up today here on the Confabulation, your lunchtime show where I talk nerdy stuff, whatever's in this brain. I vomit out to you guys, you know. Let's go ahead and bring up this comic capsule channel sponsor here. Make sure you guys head on over to comiccapsule.com, enter code EMAN10 for 10% off your first order, your order of comic capsules. Huge thank you to Comic Capsule for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. And if you also are so inclined, head on over to ShowStore.com. Go ahead and sign in. And then once you sign in, make sure to enter E-Man and support your favorite reviewer there. Any purchases made on ShowStore, a little bit of that comes to the channel, helps us out. Another way to help out the channel memberships are enabled, super chats are enabled, all that good stuff. Hit the button and you are in. So that's a good way to support the channel. There's a couple of sponsors here of the channel, so huge thank you to both Shozy and to Comic Capsule. Big shout out to you guys. So I'm going to be running the show a little bit fast today because I started late and I'm on lunch here. So let's go ahead and say hello to the chat. What's up, party people? What's up, Matt? My buddy right there. Make sure if you guys are following Heroes for Hire Comic Club, make sure you guys head on over there and follow him. He's got a fantastic member of the community. He loves talking about his movies. Also, he's got a lot of great things to say about some old classics right there. If you want to talk classic movies, head on over there. Plus, he's got all of his comic books, and he's introducing the world to his Transformer collection, which I appreciate. Woohoo! Click that like, yo. Look at that. Ferdy helping out right there from behind the scenes. Ferd Bird the Nerd. Great channel. Also, you guys, if you guys are into like comic book investing and stuff like that, make sure you guys follow Ferdy. He was actually nominated for a CBC8 last year for I think channels under 500 or under 1,000 subscribers, which talk about investments and whatnot. If you're looking into knowing what's going on in the market, Ferdy right here is actually a great show. What's up, everyone? I have comic issues right here. Bryant, another fabulous channel. Brian's been interviewing people in the community, asking them about their setups, asking them about YouTube. Like he's trying to convey the message of like, what do you do for your channel? How is it different? And I like his approach. He's talking to people in the community about that, and I absolutely love it. I love it. Cynical Banana, howdy, folks. What's good? What's going on in Louisville? What's going on in Louisville over there? Yeah, I said I was starting shortly, and this guy over here has got to be a smart ass. Instead of starting longly, he got jokes. You got jokes. Rhinox, yo, E-Man, how are you, my man? Rhinox, my boy right there. What's going on, my friend? Another member of the Transformer community. I love it. I love it. Daddy, hey, daddy. Look, now you're coming over here and hanging out with me on my show. I really, really, really appreciate that. Oh, freaking way awesome. I love Mark Spears. Want to get his card set. He wants to get his card set. You mean like cards like this? Come on, focus. Cards like that. Rhinox. How about this? Yeah. Oh, hold on. Maybe you want the one that's actually signed by him. What? Keep an eye out. I'm going to be giving these away out in the future. So I have enabled membership, 99 cents, just a quick way to support the channel once you become a member. You have, polls that I'm going to be throwing out to the members here on the channel. You also have like emojis. And then in the future, I'm going to be upping this because I'm going to start giving away some of these things that I have here in the collection to you guys. Transformers included, signatures included, comic capsules definitely included. So keep an eye out on that right there. Look at this. Rhinox just became a member. Hold on. I got something for you, Rhinox. Hold on. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Guess you just became a member. Look at that. That's my boy right there. What's up, player? I love it. Everyone's in here hanging out. So thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out with me during my lunchtime. This is my lunchtime. I'm hoping it's your lunchtime too. It's my lunchtime for sure. So this week we're going to be talking about just a few things that came up into this head, and I have notes here, and maybe we should get into it. Let's go ahead and start with this though. Let's go ahead and start with some of the fun stuff. All right. Every week we head over to the LCS. We wait for Amazon. We wait for UPS, to deliver packages. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that I've received this week in this week's version of Inventory of So this week, nothing came in. nothing came in the form of Transformers or comic books, but I did get my comic capsules, and this is going to be going out to someone. Not this whole box, not the whole box, but someone is going to be getting a comic capsule today. Let me see what colors I got. Let me show you what colors I got. What colors did I get today? Ooh, okay. So this week we got red and purple comic capsules right there, you guys. Red and purple comic capsules, and then the winner is going to be able to select from one of these colors right here. So today's winner of the comic capsule giveaway will get either a red or a purple comic capsule. And when I throw in the hashtag, put it in, and I'll let you know when. I'll tell you when. I won't do it too early. Because it gets lost in the mix. However, I did go to the LCS last week, and I didn't show you guys what I picked up last week. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a rewind with this. So I'm a little behind because I'm like 3 weeks behind in comic books. So let me just quickly show you guys what I picked up and what I'm reading. Ghost Machine Universe. Pick this one up right here. Yep. Ghost Machine Universe. Sacrificers number 20. We're dwindling down to the end of this run right here. Arcadia from my boys, the Miranda Brothers. I love the Miranda Brothers. The first 3 issues were fun and cute. Looks like it's going to start turning dark. This is what they do with their writing right here. So Arcadia on Ignition Press. I highly recommend you guys picking this up. Anything that says Miranda Brothers on it, I highly recommend you guys pick it up. Pick them up. Pick this one up. They also have another one called Blade Forger on Mad Cow Studios. Highly recommend that one too. This is one of my favorites. This is number 7 because I was missing this. My LCS ended up picking this up for me. So Ghost Pepper number 7 I love this comic book. So if you guys are into something fun and crazy and beautiful art, well written, super fun, Ghost Pepper is the thing that you want to look into. James Tynion's Dark Web mystery horror book, World Tree number 19. James Tynion's Department of Truth number 36. We're getting back into this story over here with this one. This one's insane. Hyde Street, some more Ghost Machine stuff. Hyde Street number 11. I'm behind on my Ghost Machine stuff. I'll get back into it. Void Rivals number 28. Void Rivals number 28. I'm on that one right there. I'm going to be reading. I'm behind on my reading right now. Sorry. And I'm at least keeping up with Transformers, right? That's the one book I'm for sure keeping up on. Everyone was talking about this last week, so let's see what's going on with this one right here. The Fury of the Firestorm. Some Ignition Press stuff right here. Bloodland number 3. This was pretty cool. I'm excited to read this. G.I. Joe number 21. I am excited to read this one right here. Look who's on the cover. We haven't seen them since Scarlet's miniseries. Now we see Scarlet and Storm Shadow. If you guys didn't read the Scarlet miniseries, you're going to understand, or you're not going to understand why these two are seemingly working together. $1 million. Ghost Pepper number 10. We're coming up to the final of the second arc right here. This goes up to issue number 12. And then Ludo Lullaby went ahead and announced that he's going to be working on a third arc for Ghost Pepper, which I'm excited for. Another tie-in book right here, Win the Power of the Blood. I haven't read the last 3 issues because I'm missing like issue number 5, and that was really difficult for me to find. But I'm still collecting them anyway. I really, really enjoyed Win the Power of the Blood and the whole series itself. Redcoat. This dude is hilarious. This is one of my favorite new characters in the Ghost Machine universe, or coming from the Ghost Machine universe. Now reading Redcoat. That is the one that I really recommend people picking up, especially if you're like a history nerd. If you're a history nerd, history buff, especially right around like U.S. history and stuff like that. Super fun. Super fun. This is probably one of the best new comic books to come out in the last year. Murder Podcast by Jeremy Hahn and Mike Tisserand right there on Ignition Press. This is another one of my new favorite comics that has come out. Basically, there's a podcast that people listen to, puts them into some kind of weird trance, and then they go on a murderous spree. And there are some friends, one of the friends who happens to be a detective, are trying to figure out exactly what's going on. They don't know what that. There's some kind of weird entity happening, not entity, but like a weird cult that's going on behind the scenes that's possibly hosting these podcasts, but we don't know why they're doing it or how it's happening. This book right here is definitely one that we need to pick up because I want to support Ignition Press. I know nothing about this, but this one was in my box last week. This is from Tim Seeley and Aaron Campbell. Everyone loves a jewel thief. I know nothing about this comic, but because it's Ignition Press and it's a number 1, I said, why not? If you see a number 1 from a label that you want to support, pick it up, because why not? If I don't like it after 5 issues, cool, dump it, give it away to someone. Some more tie-in stuff. Something is Killing the Children number 46. This is an arc where Jessica, or Erica, is actually a young Erica working with Jessica, doing some monster hunting somewhere. More tie-ins. You know what? It makes it sound like I'm a tie-in super fan. I'm not a Tynan super fan. I want you guys to know I'm not a James Tynan super fan. Like, I need to read all of his books. It just so happens that, you know, some of the books that he's doing, I'm entertained by, but I'm not gonna be like, he's the greatest. James Tynan only. But here we go. The Nice House by the Sea. This is number 9. I don't want to get rid of this just yet, but hasn't held my interest at the same time. So it's almost to a point where I kind of don't care. I might just drop it after this, you know. So let me know what you guys think. If anyone's still reading The Nice House by the Sea, his Nice House by the Lake was pretty cool. Nice House by the Sea, I just don't care. Maybe I should stop. Maybe I should drop it. Maybe I should. Cullen Bunn's Horror Ripcord number 2 right here on Ignition Press. This one's okay too so far. read issue 1. I thought, and then going back to some more Ignition Press. Someone mentioned before, Just Brutal was pretty cool. So this is Just Brutal #1. I got to read this, so I'll read that eventually. And of course, the franchise is our friend Chris, the comic vet, says, but this one's for Transformers. This is Transformers #31. This is art by Ludo Lullaby. Also, phenomenal art. I love his art style on this one. This one dives deep into what's going on with Megatron. And if you were a fan of like the IDW runs from before, a lot of callbacks, a lot of cool callbacks on here. This is Robert Kirkman is definitely a fan of Transformers and not just G1 cartoons. Like, you can tell he was a fan of like the IDW run also. And there was a lot of callbacks in this. This is a really cool issue. And if I can find some like dope variants for this one right here, I'm actually going to go do it. I'm going to go do it because that read was really good to me. Really, really good. Whoa, didn't even know what comic capsules are. This is so exciting. See, now you know. See, crossing the bridges, Rhinox. See, this is what I do. Transformers and comic books. I bring them all together here on E-Man's World of Geek. You know, yo, stopping in a red light to get my haircut. Man, thanks, DJ. This means a lot to me. Like, you don't understand, man. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you spending some time over here. Hey, guys, tell him 1980. Klex, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming by and hanging out. Nice House by the Sea has been bland. Yeah, it has. It has. But the question is, are you going to continue reading? Are you going to go to what, issue 12, I think is what it's going to go to? Are you going to keep going with it? Is James Tynion spreading himself too thin where the quality of his work is just not as good? Because even Something's Killing the Children's work is kind of like, it's okay. Where I find his stuff a little bit better, I want to say the more fantastical stuff like Wind. I really enjoyed that read. I'm gonna say that Wind and Department of Truth are probably my favorite James Tynion books right now. I just like the direction that he takes those books in. But I want to say that of all the books that Tynion has right now, I want to say Wind has been like every single one of the issues I've really enjoyed. And then the art by oh, hold on. Dang, what was his name? Well, the artist on Wind, I really enjoyed. It's very cartoonish, very cartoon-like. So that's it. That's all I've gotten this week. That's all I've been able to pick up. But there are some things coming in. I will tell you now, since this is the inventory segment of the show, I do have more Temu Transformers coming in. So keep an eye out on the channel because I'm going to be, unboxing, opening them up, and I'm going to be asking the question: Did I get what I ordered, or did I get Temu'd? So keep an eye out for those videos right there. I also have a big win coming in from the Transformer Underground. I won a very, very, very big, very huge win last week, and it should be coming in on Monday. Definitely be posting some photos on that one right there, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing, and I don't know if I'm going to do a review of said Transformers. I don't know if I'm going to do it all as one video, if I'm going to break them up individually. There. That's enough hits for you guys. I'm not going to tell you any more hits. That's all you're going to get right there from that. So those are going to be coming up real soon. So keep an eye out on the channel. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this then. We have some decent amount of people in here. I want to go ahead and throw it out. Let's bring up the StreamYard toolbar. Let's do this. You know me. Let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Throw in the hashtag. What do you guys think it's going to be, huh? Because, you guys know me so well. Let's go ahead and throw in the hashtag Transformers. Why not? You guys know how much I love it. You guys know how much I love my Transformers. I know some of you love your Transformers, whether you're a third party, mainline, or comic book reader. You guys know. I know you guys do. So in the chat, go ahead and throw it hashtag Transformers. And at the end of this show, I'm going to go ahead and draw names to see who gets a comic capsule. I'm going to want to know what color you want, purple or red this week. That's one of this week's giveaways right there. Of course, I'll throw some extra stuff in there for you guys, so as a big thank you for coming by and supporting the show and keeping me company during my lunchtime on Fridays. That matters a whole lot. Continental US, please. Continental. I'm not so big that I can send it internationally just yet. Continental US at this moment only. So we'll keep it at that for now. Okay. So throw that in. Hashtag Transformers. It is Aguillo. I know it's Aguillo. Are you streaming this on StreamYard or OBS? We're still doing StreamYard, Bryant. We're still doing StreamYard. Again, simpler, easier for me for right now. I haven't built my OBS just yet specifically for this show, but I might do that. One of these days. Ha! Autobot and Decepticon comic capsules. Autobot. All right there. Cynical Banana. Decepticons. See? Yeah, I see you. Oh, look, too. They're in red and purple. I just reached back. Here just to grab them. It wasn't even like that, Red and purple are the colors for this week, right? So yes. Whoa, do you know those copies are so exciting? Yes. You take a look at the Transformer. Look at this guy, 22. Got jokes. You got jokes. Yeah. Look at the madams in the house. Madam Beautifuls. I throw you a heart too, madam. I struggle to understand OBS. Been trying to set up a second screen for my iPad. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, OBS is just a huge learning curve with that one. It's pretty. It's tough to use right there. Awesome. Love it. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about this one right here. Next segment right here. There's a lot of things that I've been, watching and reading and watching or reading. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that I've watched and or read this week in this week's The Drop. So no deep diving, no spoilers, just quick thoughts, quick reviews about some of the things that have happened or some of the things that I've watched or read this week that I want to share with you guys quickly. Transform, where are you? Oh, come on. It fell. Transformers number 31. Read that. Loved it. I just gave you guys a quick little synopsis on it. So basically, it's a story about Megatron and why he's kind of going crazy in the comic book right now. There's something going on, some entity that's kind of forcing him to do all these trials and whatnot. And it's carried on from issue number 19. There's something happening with Megatron mentally, and no one sees it except for him. So this issue kind of explains what's going on. Issue number 31, I felt, was a really well written issue. It's kind of like a standalone, or you can kind of like definitely pair it with number 19. But if you've read Transformers number 31, do me a huge favor, let me know what you guys thought about it. I loved the callbacks. Like I mentioned earlier, there was a lot of callbacks in it, and there is an entity that is like the big baddie, but there is also hints within the issue that I caught that made it seem like there was an even bigger baddie above who we saw at the end of issue number 31. And I know some of you guys in the chat actually have that one character in your collection. I think it's really cool. But to see him in the Skybound issue, I thought was really cool. Super dope callback. So read issue number 31. And if you are an IDW Transformers fan, it will make so much sense, or at least have some kind of knowledge. It will make sense. And it's an amazing issue. Probably like one of my favorite Transformer issues, like in a while. Well, I shouldn't say in a while. They're all my favorite. I'm not going to lie. Forget it. It's my favorite Transformer issue number right now because it's the latest one. And because Ludo Lullaby's the artist on it. And I really enjoy his work as well. So If you're not following Ludo Lullaby on Instagram, my recommendation is go look for that guy. Look for the artist on there. He's got some amazing work. Start the music. I didn't play the music. Play some of the background music. But yeah, Transformers number 31, awesome read. I think it's worth reading if you're a comic book reader. Daredevil Born Again season 2 or Born Again in season 2 episode 6. I'm really loving this new season of Daredevil. I will say love. I am enjoying it 100%. And I don't want to deep dive too much into the lighting and the direction, the way it's going. I'm just soaking everything in as it comes. I think I'm at that point in my life right now where I'm just gonna watch something, and if it's cool and it makes me feel happy or entertained, I'm just gonna go ahead and take it for what it is and try not to think about any of the little things that don't make sense. It's a comic book TV show, so there's gonna be some things that just don't make sense, or just suspend our suspend our disbelief or something like that. But I am happy to see what had happened in this last episode. I was thinking maybe they're not going to do it. Maybe Marvel is not going to do the one thing that they should do to make Kingpin even more evil and pissy-offy, and what we got out of this was quite shocking, right? If you've seen it, quite shocking, almost towards the beginning, and then the story unfolds. We see Jessica Jones coming back into play in season 2 episode 6, and that was wonderful to see. I really enjoyed Jessica Jones's TV show on Netflix. Matter of fact, I want to say that Daredevil and Jessica Jones have the best TV shows on Netflix, or Marvel or comic book wise. I thought they were great, and to see her coming back, it was nice. It was really, really nice to see her come back. We get to see her daughter in there, name's Danielle. And I believe in the comic book, her and Luke Cage had a child, and her name was Danielle. So I wonder if that's what's going on here. And then towards the end, you finally see it. You finally see Daredevil and Kingpin going at it, and the fight happens, and then it ends the episode. You don't see what happens afterwards. I'm really excited for the final episodes that are coming up in season 2. I think it's a great show to watch, and I really, really would love to hear other people's opinions on that. So if you're here in the chat right now, or if you're watching this on the rewind, let me know down below in the comments, what are your thoughts on season 2 of Daredevil Born Again? I'm really, really enjoying the heck out of it. 22 OBS is fun. It has its FU moments, but I like it. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. OBS is a really, really good app to use. A lot of big streamers use it. What I like about StreamYard though is that I can bring up like comments, and shows 22's comments. 22 is here and he says FU. No, not FU to OBS. It just OBS has FU moments. That's what I meant to say right there. Okay, here's something I want to bring up. This is a little bit of Transformer stuff that I saw right here. And I kind of want to know your guys' thoughts on this one right here. Someone mentioned earlier in a chat, or in another show I was watching, we were talking about non-transforming Transformers, and there's something that came up this week that was pretty interesting, and I don't know why they went in this direction, but MDLX is actually an official partner with Hasbro, Takara Tomy, and they release very stylized, very detailed non-transforming Transformer figures. Now they are fully articulated. They bend, they move, they whatnot. And this one right here was brought to light earlier this week. This is the Stepper, the MDLX scale collectible figure. Now this figure is from the Shattered Glass universe. He's very much like a Jazz, an evil version of Jazz, and I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't know how I feel about this one because he is unfamiliar to me. It looks like he's going to stand at about 6 inches tall, so he's not going to be too big. So, you know, bringing out my masterpiece guy. This guy right here is about 9.5 inches tall. So, you know, Stepper's going to come up to like right about here, you know. I've been seeing in some of the groups and some of the boards and some of the chats, you know, so people are actually excited for this guy right here. Now, I haven't read Shattered Glass, and I want to. Don't get me wrong, I want to. But I want to know from you guys, you know, how does this guy look to you? With all the detail right here from 3.0, they proudly present hot-tempered yet justice-driven Autobot MDLX Stepper. Standing approximately 6 inches tall, the MDLX Stepper features 3.0 signature die-cast zinc alloy and engineering-grade plastic frame and is equipped with approximately 46 reinforced high-articulation joints to achieve an ideal balance of sculpted detail, weight, and structural integrity. So he's going to have some die-cast. Gonna have a lot of die cast. It's gonna have some plastic on it. It's articulated right there. But I don't know. This is something that, and it's gonna go into the gatekeeping conversation we're gonna have later on. But are you the type of collector where if it's supposed to do one thing in its fandom and there's a figure and it comes out and it doesn't do that one thing, would you get it? You know, like if there's a Cyclops and they release them and they shoot something, or if there's there's a light that comes out, is that something that you would want, or things like that, you know? So because this one doesn't transform, who is it for? Who's it for? I like playing with my Transformers and transforming them, putting them in poses and stuff like that, but you know, is this something that is even worth adding to a collection, you know, or are you interested? Do you want to know a little bit more information about it? You know, let me know down in the comments. You know, I like MDLX figures. MDLX 3.0 figures, they're beautiful to look at, but for me, because they don't transform, I don't know if I want it. I know they have some that do transform, but not all of their line, you know, transform. But this one right here, though, this detail on this character is actually really cool. Whoa. Detail on this character, I think, is pretty cool. So there's something I wanted to bring up, you know, just there are things coming up that make me wonder what kind of a collector I am also, you know. And then it makes me wonder, like, are you a real collector or are you not? And then it goes into the gatekeeping conversation that we're going to have in a little bit, you know. Yes, you did, JD. Transformers, and it brings out my friend here, Raging Cage. Make sure you guys follow Raging Cage in comics, another Transformer comic book fan, and a fabulous channel. Do me a favor, you guys don't know each other, get to know each other. Say hi to each other. They're in the chat. Hello, Raging. Hello, Augie. That's how you do that. This is where we meet new friends, you know, and I love it. Thanks, man. I gotta hop off, but I'll catch you next time. We will, my friend. You take it easy, Augie. Thank you for coming by and hanging out, brother. Man, let's find a decently priced MPG. I won this one for $30. And it's a real one too. Yo. Look, Jean Malo, thank you for coming by. Throwing that in the hashtag. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, Don Aguillo is in the house hanging out with me. Thank you so much for coming by, Don. I appreciate it, brother. Don right here, he is a cover artist for Spawn. He has done several Spawn covers. He's done the covers for Misery. He's done a bunch of beautiful interiors for DC. A fabulous artist, you guys. Do me a huge favor and head on over to Instagram, look for the art of Don Aguillo and subscribe to him, follow him there. He's got some amazing stuff. If you've seen his Spawn stuff, you know what this man can do. I actually commissioned Don. I I had to work really hard to convince him to do this for me. But I had Don actually create a Bruticus cover with Bruticus beating on Devastator. And it's actually one of my favorite commissions. So hanging out with Don, and I love the fact that you're here, brother. Thank you. Non-transforming Transformers are not my thing, but to each their own. Yeah. I'm with you on that one. Jonathan Rowe, my friend, he's here in the house. I like the option to transform, but I don't transform mine. I collect statues and some 3-0 figures. See, and maybe this is for you. Maybe this new figure from 3-0 might be for you. And it coming from the Shattered Glass universe, from the comics, again, it's bridging gaps between the comics and the actual figures, because we didn't get the cartoon version of this. I know there was I want to say a few years ago, there was a transforming version of him, and he looked like the movie Jazz, just repainted of that one right there. I wish I collected Transformer fans are hardcore. Well, yes and no, man. Yes and no. Actually, I just started collecting Transformers again just a few years ago, Don, and I found a pretty cool community out there on Facebook, and it's very welcoming. It can be hardcore, but there's also a community out there that they're very chill, super chill. And it's going to go to the conversation I'm going to have later on about gatekeeping, but because I'm noticing a lot more of the chill ones are the ones that collect like the mainline Transformers, and then like a little bit more hardcore, a little bit more diehard, the ones that collect third parties. This is just more of an observation. I'm not going to go out and say this is exactly how it is. This is the line right here, mainline, third party. It's not going to be like that though. It's not going to be like that for sure. You did take forever on that cover, but it looks amazing. It looks gorgeous. You meant commitment to the fandom. I've seen price points that even baseline has. But yeah. I mean, look, if you were a fan before, you're still a fan now. You're a fan before, you're still a fan. I used to collect McFarlane action figures back in the Movie Maniacs era, but now I collect a few comic book titles. But yeah, no. Collect what you can, get what you can. That's the whole point of collecting. Just make sure that you guys are able to get what you want. Let's go ahead and get into this right here. And every week, it always gets louder. New comics, new movies, new figures, new chaos. And if it matters to the geek culture, well, we're going to be talking about it. So let's go ahead and bring this up in this week's The Signal. Some of the things that are coming up in some of the geek news that's happening this week. Actually, next week, right? We're going to be talking about that right there. Next week is Free Comic Book Day, my friends. Real fast, let's go ahead and run down what's going on for Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day is the very first Saturday in May every year. For those who don't know, people head to their comic books, local comic book shops, and they have a chance to pick up some free comic books just to kind of get people into the know, what's going on, maybe, spark some interest in a new title, spark some interest in a new character, or maybe get reintroduced to a character that you may have loved before. So Free Comic Book Day, which actually started here in the Bay Area, well, it takes a little bit of pride out in Walnut Creek from this owner. His name is Joe, who owned Flying Colors comic books, and it's out here in the not Walnut Creek, Concord, California. But Free Comic Book Day started here in the Bay Area, and I a little sense of pride with that one right there. From what I see here, it looks like there's 24 Free Comic Book Day titles announced, and usually there's a whole lot more. Now, I don't know the specifics as to why there's only 24 as of right now. I believe there might be more. I'm thinking there might be more, but going directly to their site, this is everything that I see so far. I don't know if anyone else is going to jump on this. Just a few comics that have caught my eye. It is a great way to get the kids back into, reading comic books. But this one right here, DC, Sonic. Who doesn't love Sonic? Are you a Sonic fan or are you a Super Mario fan? Doesn't matter because Sonic is teaming up with the DC universe for this #1 special right here. It's a team up you never saw coming and will never forget. When the tyrannical Darkseid breaches dimensions in search of ultimate power, his conquest leads straight to the world of Sonic the Hedgehog. He opens up every single dimension out there that he can, and he runs into Sonic's dimension. Sonic and his friends have faced mad scientists and ancient spirits, but the forces of apocalypse may be more than they can handle alone. So Darkseid's going over to Sonic's realm right there. And I thought that was really cool way to, to get the kids reading comic books. And it's always, you're always thinking about the next generation. I know I am. What are you doing? What are you into? Read this comic. Free Comic Book Day is going to allow kids to be able to read a comic book about Sonic and the DC universe. I think that's cool. That really caught my interest right there. I was like, oh, you know what? Let me talk a little bit about this. Flash Gordon, #1 from Mad Cave Studios. Mad Cave Studios is starting to become one of my new favorite comic book imprints also. Not imprints, publishers. They have a Blade Forger from the Miranda Brothers, which I absolutely love. And so now they have a free Flash Gordon. This is a Flash awakes on a secret prison planet somewhere in the galaxy. Upon learning that Dale Arden is the subject of an assassination plot, he is forced to break out and make his way across the galaxy to save her. Very 80s. I don't know why. That just reading that felt very 80s-ish. Along the way, he encounters his old friends, new threats, and a greater mystery surrounding who is pulling the strings of this universe. The first exciting issue in an all-new ongoing series, Flash Gordon. Flash. Just remember that from the old movie. That's all. Being silly. And then the final one I want to bring up right here, of course, I'm going to bring this one up, is the Energon Universe. Now, this year, we're going to have an Energon Universe Free Comic Book Day issue. This year, it's going to include 4 stories. Previous years, it was just 3, Void Rivals, Transformers, and G.I. Joe. This year, it's going to include Mask. That's right. When we found out that Tracer was in an issue last year of Transformers, I believe, Transformers or G.I. Joe, we knew, us fans were like crossing our fingers. Are we ever going to get a G.I. Joe Mask crossover in our lifetime? Yes. If you can tell your 10-year-old self back in the 80s, hey man, wouldn't it be cool if Mask and G.I. Joe got together and did something? That kid would have been like, it would be great, but it's never going to happen. Now we're in our 40s, we're like, it's going to happen. I get to read it. So Energon Universe 2026 special right here. The biggest year in Energon Universe history is here with four all new stories from the worlds of Transformers, G.I. Joe, Void Rivals, and more. It says and more. But look, you could have just put and Mask. Why was that so difficult for you to put and Mask? And more in this Free Comic Book Day issue. Join the biggest names in comics for both a perfect Energon Universe jumping on point and a can't miss experience for longtime fans. My question is this, though. This is where it kind of annoys me, though. Because last year or the year before, we got the free Comic Book Day Energon Universe comic. Cool. And then the regular Energon Universe comic, like their annual, came out not too long after that. And it was the same exact issue, like page for page. It's like, why did I pay for this when there was the Free Comic Book Day version? I don't know if you guys remember, anyone who collected that. But that's how I felt. Like, how dare you? Wait a minute here. I came here to buy something new, thinking that there's going to be more to it. It was exactly the same as the Free Comic Book Day issue. And that was a little upsetting. Let's head back to the chat. I bypass both, so I agree. Collect what you like, yeah? Collect what you love, exactly. Joffrey's in the house. Hey, everyone, what's going on, man? Happy Friday to you. Started here. I went really fast, Dawn, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm on lunchtime, so I'm kind of like rushing through some of these things right now. I'm a Castlevania guy, Nintendo and Super Nintendo. Yes. Yes. Castlevania. It's phenomenal. Did you watch the anime, John? The Netflix version. Actually, the first one's really good. I will always love Simon Belmont from the original. But knowing that Castlevania like spans different timelines or different, ages, makes Castlevania such an intriguing, video game to play. I picked up issue 3 through 5 of Blade Forger this week. And I want to say in issue 4, Bryant, I want you to open up, I think, issue 3 or 4, when you get introduced to Mr. Dumas. You tell me if that guy looks familiar to you or not. Not gonna lie. The Miranda brothers told me directly that, yes, this person was based off of you. So I am in Blade Forgers in a way. So that was pretty cool. Cicada Sonic, pretty pumped for Mask getting folded into Energon. Me too. 100%. 100%. I'm looking forward to that. Before we get into the final topic, I do want to bring this up right here. There's a little bit of controversy going on with the Street Fighter movie. I was not a fan of it in the first place. Just right off the bat, knowing that they were making a Street Fighter movie, I didn't care. And then they announced the lineup. I didn't pay attention, whatever, And this is just me. I know there's a lot of people out there that are looking forward and ready for the Street Fighter movie to come out. Looks campy, looks silly. It looks fun to you guys. And I get it. That's fine. That's cool. But there was one piece of information that I overlooked that I heard about this week. Cammy. Cammy in the video game is British. Actually, Cammy's she fights for their special forces, right? Cammy, I'll say it like this: Cammy's a white girl. Cammy's a white girl in the video game who's a part of the special forces. However, in the movie, she's being played by a Thai actress. The part that bothers me the most about that isn't just the fact that they changed Cammy's race, but I feel, and it seems like this is kind of like the same consensus here, why bring Cammy out as a Thai fighter and you don't introduce Sagat, who is from Thailand? That was an observation some people have noticed. And I went back and I looked at the lineup again. I'm like, wait, yeah, you're right. Sagat's not there. Sagat's Thai. Why is Cammy Thai? Cammy's supposed to be British. Did you eliminate Sagat to bring in Cammy? And so there was talks about that this week that I've noticed, and thinking about that, it bothers me. And I'm not saying that it's a race issue. It's you changed characters that I'm familiar with. And matter of fact, you eliminated characters that I'm familiar with. When I was able to play Sagat in Street Fighter Championship Edition, that made my life like, oh my God, this is like the greatest thing in the world. Like, he was one of my favorite fighters. Tiger uppercut. I loved playing Sagat. And in this upcoming movie, you eliminate one of the most important details to who Ryu is by taking him out. And it seems like replacing Sagat with Cammy and putting Cammy in Sagat's role. I have an issue with that. And this is already me saying I'm not a big fan of Street Fighter, the movie. I'm a huge fan of Street Fighter, the video games. And I'm a very, very, very huge fan of the anime. And for them to make these changes bothers me. It's something I wanted to bring up. I don't understand why they did that. Looks like the movie is set in 1993. Does it? I haven't really paid too much attention to any of the trailers. I'll watch them here and there. Because they can't make that as special effects look right. What, the tiger uppercut for Sagat? Maybe. A TIE fighter. I thought you were talking about Street Fighter. You're funny, Brian. You got that dry humor. I like it. You into Star Wars now, Jean? Look at that. Both of you. Are you guys tag teaming on me? What's going on here? Being mean. Just kidding. It looks stupid, but potentially fun. I'm hoping it is. I want it to be fun. And I want everyone to enjoy it who's going to be able to watch it. Because I do. You know, I'm not going to watch it, you know. Or maybe I will eventually, you know. So that's it for my little rant on Street Fighter right there. It's just one of those things where I just needed to get that out of my head. And let's do this one more time. Make sure you guys add that hashtag Transformers. I'm going to be running this here shortly. Hashtag Transformers. See, that's why I didn't want to do the hashtag too soon, because now some entries are missing. So put it in, you guys. Hashtag Transformers. We're going to run the giveaway here shortly. All right. Hashtag Transformers. All right. One final thing before final thoughts. I have final thoughts before I end the show. I have final thoughts. Going into gatekeeping, and I was seeing some things that came up this week. I just want to come to this platform and talk about it. There's a lot of fans out there that are like, for going back to the Transformer thing. Oh, it's not a Transformer. It doesn't transform. I don't want it. And if you like that, you're not a real Transformer fan. Oh, you know what? There's a Street Fighter movie coming out, and you know what? Not all of the characters are in there. You know, it's not a real it's not a real Street Fighter movie. Like you're not a fan of it. You know, it's one of those things where sometimes we as collectors, you know, I just want to get this out right here. We as collectors, we just need to just allow certain things to happen, allow things to bend, allow things to just kind of go with the flow, do something new. You know, I have been known to, you know, talk crap to one of our friends for being a Transformer, you know, Michael Bay fan. And he's a huge fan. Huge fan. He's not ashamed of it. He is a total Bayformers fan, and I'm here like, get that out of here, right? But I hear other people like, you know, I don't want to say real fans. This is part of it too, you know. There's no such thing as a real fan. You like the Bayformers, you're a fan of Transformers. It's not the world that I like. And we need to allow people to just do that. Be a fan of the fandom you want to be a fan of and not talk shit about it. Someone posted, I want to say, like a famous comic book artist recently posted on their Instagram, like, everyone's fandom is everyone's fandom. Don't talk shit about it, you know? And because it discourages people from wanting to be a part of that fandom. Star Wars, for example, super toxic now, right? Super toxic. And it got bad from the fans. Gatekeeping can ruin fandoms. Telling people that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this. No, you're not a real fan of this because of this. No. I just want to say, just, you know, before ending, that be a fan of what you want to be a fan of. Be about it. Support it. Buy the figures. Buy the comic books. Do what you do for you. Don't let anyone else talk down to you because you're a Bayformer fan. Don't let anyone do that. You do you because you want to do you. And that's what I want to say real fast. is be about it. Be about your fandom. And don't worry about what anyone else says. Matter of fact, be so much about your fandom that maybe you can turn someone into a fan eventually. Because we're all fans of something, and we're all fans of something that someone probably hates. Do I care? No, and we shouldn't. I just want to say, do you. Be that fan that you want to be. Support it. And enjoy it. That's the most important thing. Enjoy it. Like me. I'm not a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, but I just ripped this open and I got this cover right here from one of the blind bags. You know, that's pretty dope. I don't know how much it's worth, but that's pretty dope. You know, and then in this case, I would have to rely on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan to tell me, is this worth anything? If it's not, guess what? Someone's going to get it in a giveaway. You know, let's open up another one. See, I'm not a fan of this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because someone else is. Let's see what's in here. What's in here? Let's rip this open. Let's rip open this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What is this? This is another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 13 cover. That looks saucy. That looks saucy. I don't know why it's important, but it is. And you know what? Someone else, it might be important. Because they're a fan. Don't yuck someone's yum. Except for Babe Farber's fans. They don't deserve the respect. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't take that out of context. I'm completely messing around. Jeez. All right. I'm gonna open up this other blind bag right here. This is Mark Spears blind bag. I'll rip it up here at the end of the show before doing the giveaway. What's in here? I'm not trying to rip it like that one Whatnot hostess who ripped it open and completely messed it up and oh my god, look what we got, and she ruined the book. I think that was like the controversy over a recent Whatnot blind bag. Mark Spears Monsters number 8. Got this one right here. Ooh, I don't know how much this is worth, and I don't know if this is like it's probably just worth like $10, you know? But it's a Mark Spears blind bag. Wow. Let me do one more. This is the final Mark Spears blind bag that I'm going to rip open right here. And you know what? Talking about gatekeeping or talking shit about other people's, fandoms and stuff like that. I didn't know why people were fans of Mark Spears at one point. But Mark Spears reached out to me directly and he was like, I want to send you comics that would make you happy. Made me a fan of Mark Spears, the human. All right. The final one before I do the giveaway. Stick around, you guys, because we have this one now. Wow. Oh, that's actually a pretty dope cover. Oh, that's a sick looking cover. Ooh. That's pretty saucy. Now, these blind bags, again, given to me as an AOK from our friend Mark from Legion of Comics. Thank you again, Mark, for sending these over, man. I really, really appreciate it. Mark from Legion sends me Mark Spears blind bags. I got them, ripped them open, showed them to you guys. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and run that giveaway. Go ahead and run that giveaway. Hashtag Transformers. Hashtag Transformers. Oh, stop it, though. Stop it. Unless you're talking about a different show that I brought up, but at which time I understand. I think you should agree to disagree, but I like talking shit, so I'm not giving that up. Said so eloquently. 22. If someone posts something you don't like, just scroll on by. Exactly. It's not hard. It's not hard. Hey, Izzy's in the house. What's going on, puppy? Thank you for coming by, hanging out with me for just a little bit. You see, look at that. You're cross-promoting. This guy over here, cross-promoting his show. Izzy, go ahead and drop a link in the chat. Let him know what's going on. Izzy's a fantastic member of the comic book community, full of knowledge of upcoming releases. Great artist. This guy's all around. One of the more fun personalities in our community. And I love this guy. I'll say it out loud. I love this guy. Good guy. I got the Virgin variant at TMNT blind bag cover. Cool. Which one? Oh, the first one. Okay, thank you. First one. It's a 1 in 50 retailer incentive. Oh, dope. I like the music. You like the music? Very chill. Hey. All right, 7 entries. Hashtag Transformers. Put that in. I'm going to run this in just a second. There's Izzy's link right there. I think Izzy is a moderator, so he's able to drop links. Make sure you guys go ahead and click on that link right there. It looks weird on the screen itself, but click on the link and you get on over to Izzy's show. He talks about his, comic book releases. He does like sketches also. Again, fantastic channel. Oh, that's for the sketchy show. Look at you. There you go. Bryant throwing that in. He's like, I'm going to throw in just in case there's only 7 people in there. You know what? I'm about to run it. I don't care. Let me see. Let me hit back. Start collecting. What the heck? How'd he go from 7 to 2? What the heck? See, this thing. Throw that in there again, you guys. Throw that in there. Everyone start throwing in hashtag Transformers right now again, because it completely lost it all because it's StreamYard and it's messing things up. So throw it all in. Hashtag Transformers. We're about to give away one of these 2 comic capsules. I got a purple. Got a purple in a row in it for you. Throw that in there, you guys. Throw that in there one more time. If you threw it in once, throw it in again, just in case, just to make sure, because StreamYard doesn't like any one of us. All right. There's the 7 right there. There's all the people in there. All right. It's gonna hold out for just another second to see if anyone else wants in on this. And if they don't, I'm gonna be running it here. Throw that in. All right, running it. 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Good luck to you guys. Let's see who's going to get a free comic capsule. Sponsored by Comic Capsule. Make sure to head on over to comiccapsule.com. Enter code EMANTIP for 10% off. 22! What it do? It's 2 weeks in a row. Rigged. Absolutely rigged. Look at that. 22. 22 is a winner of a purple or a red comic capsule this week right here. And look at this. See, this is what we do in the community. 22 wins, and he prize tags Bryant over there at I Have Comic Issues. Bryant's going to get a red or a purple comic capsule. Look at that. I love it. Look at that. Like 22 on a roll. Exactly. Exactly. All right, you guys. Well, that's it for the lunchtime show. Thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you get notified anytime I drop any one of these new videos. Keep an eye out on the channel because I have some more Temu Transformer unboxings. I have a couple of reviews coming out. And I also have a superior video that I'm going to be working on. It's going to be quite aerial. That's all I'm going to say about that right there. I completely fumbled that right there. But again, like I said, thank you guys so much for coming by and hanging out. And I will see you next week. Bye.